Hey guys, what is up? First and foremost, happy Pride Month. I know I should have said that in the beginning of the month, but alas, I didn't really do much videos. If you saw my community post yesterday, again, I am sorry for being AWOL for majority of June. But like I stated, excuse me, in the community post, I do have an ongoing project which I'm not going to be stopping anytime soon, and it has been preoccupying my time. But I will be getting back to doing obviously reaction, review, and thought videos because that's what I'm known for. At the end of the day, and I miss talking to all of you. I miss talking to you guys on a weekly basis, reading your comments. It makes my week. It makes my day. Okay, and I think it was earlier this month, if not like 2 weeks ago, where Vivinos dropped basically a sneak peek or a post saying about this new project, right? And I said, I'm back here again. I thought I left due to Alien Stage, but no, we're back in this again. Okay, so I did Alien Stage, and I was really I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the story. Very, very heartbreaking, beautiful moments, but also ultimately heartbreaking at the end of the day. And with this one now, I don't know what to expect in this new project. Honestly, I don't know if it's going to be somewhat like Alien Stage or something completely different, but obviously there are elements that we saw from Alien Stage, aka the characters. How different this will be, who knows? But I'm gonna stop chatting because we're going to get into, and we're kind of dealing with the undead this time around, so that's interesting. That is very interesting. It can only get better from there, right? Right. So without further ado, here is my first reaction slash thoughts of Zombie Stage Round 1. This video contains descriptions of violence, gore, and all that stuff. Okay. So this is how we're starting? Missy just killing a rat? What? Oh? What the heck? So they lived normal lives up until this point. What happened to them? Oh, how did they end up at, why they're still performing as zombies? Whoa. Oh yeah, that's what the industry will do to you. Ooh. Just kills the soul. Dang. Oh no. What? Oh my god. This is so messed up. And Sua dies again. Happy end. Happy end. Happy end. You got these sickos just enjoying this. No. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm gonna be real with you guys. This one is worse. This one is 10 times worse. The reason why, because for us humans, I'm gonna break it down, bro. I'm gonna break it down for y'all. And this is just how my mind works. But like, it's easy for us to imagine something that is not human treating us horribly. We can justify that. We know it's horrible. But when it comes to humans now, it's just like we want to give leeway in a sense. The reason why this is so much creepier, because at least with Alien Stage, right? It was aliens, and you can't perceive a creature that is not human, right? You can't put human emotions or ideologies, rules, way of living, thinking, whatever the view, on something that is not human. We see it, we know it's different. Some want to immediately label it bad, whatever the case. Why this one is so much scarier is because we know what humans are capable of. Humans are capable of anything, everything, all at once. And the reason why I find this more terrifying is because, one, either whether they make this into a metaphor or not, or this is realistically it is within this world, this I guess you can say a subplot of Alien Stage, in the world where it's still, now they're humans, but it's now a post-apocalypse, right? And humans, in order to still maintain order, still keep running things in a capitalistic society, knowing that, like, in order to control this decaying population, aka the zombies, some that still have semblance, basically they're putting them in the same scenario as Alien Stage. The only difference is it's humans who are in power doing so. Another metaphor can be those who are in the idol spaces, those who go into the music industry, like in K-pop, heck, even J-pop. I don't know if they were singing like how J-pop idols sing. I'm guessing. I know it's in Korean. So, but they're very similar. Very similar. They don't have a life. They go through these rigorous training, and pre-debuts and isolated. They're not allowed to date. They're treated as a commodity, or another, technically, like, yeah, basically a commodity for the company. They lose their identity, as we clearly saw that with Mizzy. Both Mizzy and Sua were going through it. Obviously Sua didn't, but Sua was basically that light for Mizzy as she was drowning in the fame. Everybody wants fame and recognition and everything, because we have dreams. But behind all of that, what do you have to sell in order to gain all of that power? Somewhat your soul. You have to sell your soul. You have to sell yourself in order to gain something. And hence why we saw Sua this time around. This is a flip, I would say. To me personally, this is a flip from Alien Stage. So it's Sua in Zombie is now Mizzy, and Mizzy is now Sua, if that makes sense to all of you, right? So just like how Mizzy back in Alien Stage was trying to save Sua, it's turned around this time around. She's still saving, but the actions of them are reverse of each other from the previous project. And again, it could be two metaphors. There's actually an apocalypse that's going on. Obviously we saw Juana in the audience, so she could probably be again leading a rebellion. I hope her fate is different this time around, but it seems the fate for so far for Mizzy and Sua is already worse, far worse off than it was in Alien Stage. These two are zombies. Again, it can be two metaphors. We'll have to see how they play this out. Probably it'll be, I was thinking possibly this may be the same length, or possibly a little longer than Alien Stage, given the fact that, one, we are dealing with humans this time around. So the story can go way further. Not to say you can't go further with like aliens, of course, but like given with humans, now this can bring in the whole like money making behind the corporations, the greed and all of that stuff, because we know humans best. We know these things go on. The corruption behind all of it. So again, it could be both of those. Probably it could be both of them at the same time. It could be both of them at the same time, I feel like. But dang, this actually feels a lot more scarier. This generally feels a lot more scary because again, you're dealing with people that look like you and me. And in order to stay on top, they'll use anybody at the bottom. Despite how much money Mizzy has gained, how much fame, she is still on the bottom of the food chain to these people. And they will even use her in death to accomplish their goals, aka to make a certain marger on their charts. Even roping in her friend. And her friend that's trying to save her couldn't save her. Or technically she always loved her, so it's just like they really profound that like these two did love each other, but it's just like they were doomed. They were doomed from the start. And I don't even want to see the Mizzy's background, because obviously the beginning of the video showed her with a bruised eye, so she came from a really bad household, hence why. And this is for like a lot of stories where you come from an abused household and then you decide to like make a fame, make something big for yourself, and then you just lose yourself. Oh my god, oh geez, man, this and then we saw Evan. He's also a zombie. So then what happens to Till? Is Till going to have the same fate again, where he sees everyone he cares about dies around him, and then he's left to just pick up the pieces and try to topple the corrupt corporations and everything to be the freedom fighter? Is this what's going to happen? Or are we going to have a switch around this time around? I don't know, but they already started off with Mizzy and Sue, and it's even worse. I don't know. I feel like what they're going to do is they'll take things that happen in Alien Stage, play them out very similarly, but the fates are going to be different, aka worse. Probably one person may end up surviving. Probably Juana may end up surviving. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Like, she looks fully human, so that's just my trajectory. But guys, anybody that already saw round 1 of Zombie Stage yesterday, or you just saw it by the time I upload this video. Do tell me your thoughts down below. What were some connections you made between this and all of Alien Stage? Overall, tell me how you felt overall, if I, missed something, or I misplaced or misunderstood something. I will always gladly love to read your thoughts down below, because it helps me for whenever I make my next video. It helps me better understand what I am watching, and the links are in the description box below, so you guys can go check it out. I'm all over the internet. And I'm Kimmy Chan, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.